All right, welcome back to the Cam Rogers Show here on Chat Sports Live. And we have Sara Perlman of MASN. She covers the Nationals and the Orioles out there in the Beltway area. By the way, class of 2017 as well. So we're both fresh out of college. Sara, appreciate the time. What's good?
Absolutely, not much. Happy to join you. I listened to you before. It sounds like you got a good gig over there.
Hey, it's absolutely fantastic, and I'm dealing with the heat here in Dallas. I actually have a question about that. I'll get to that later. But I got to start off with a nostalgic question because we're both out of college, and I have to ask you, I mean, you had some fantastic memories at college, I'm sure. I want to know, what do you think is going to stick with you in terms of your favorite college memories going forward in the real world, shall we say?
Oh, gosh. That's a good question. I don't even know. I think I'll just look back on the college game days, finishing at University of Florida. I miss those college football days. So I'll hopefully get back after the baseball season's over and see a game.
Absolutely. I remember my days at Maryland with college football. In fact, I had to squeeze in that nostalgic question. I'm someone who watches One Tree Hill to remember my high school days, so that's the kind of level I'm at. By the way, public, I just went out. I watched One Tree Hill. I'm sorry. All right, Sara, let's talk about the Orioles here because they're my team. I'm a Baltimore Orioles fan. You've been covering them. And look, do we have any shot? Like, should I just give up? Can they make the playoffs?
I feel really sad to tell you that they cannot. They're not technically eliminated yet, but they're fighting for third place right now against the Rays. I mean, it's unfortunately not going to happen this year, but looking ahead, I think the 2018 season, if they get some better starting pitching, they can make a good run. But it's tough. I mean, the AL East, as you know, is just the toughest division.
Absolutely. Dan Duquette, get on it, please. Sign some starting pitching. Sara, this is interesting here. Of course, you were a D1 soccer athlete back in the day, and so I want to kind of pick your brain about that because I feel like in a way it might have prepared you for a career in sports broadcasting. I know my intramural quarterback career, even though it was mediocre, kind of, got me ready for this kind of thing. Did it help you at all in terms of the beginnings of your career here?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you think about playing a D1 sport, it doesn't compare to the professional level, of course. That being said, you know what it's like to give up a lot of your life outside sports. So I think I can relate to the athletes on that bit, when they want their space or how they're feeling, if they're really tired or whatever's going on. So I think that helped. And also, kind of just learning the game and having an appreciation for sports outside of covering it, but also playing it, knowing what they're going through kind of day in, day out. So absolutely. And I knew the questions I liked getting as a soccer player, so I like to give similar questions to athletes, bring them down 100% help.
Yeah, the only experience with soccer for me, one game when I was 6 and I cried on the field because I didn't want to do it. Sorry, Sara, I wasn't a big soccer guy, but that's okay. That's okay. I want to ask you about an exclusive that came out of USA Today about Bryce Harper. When I saw the alert, I was like, all right, I have to ask her this. It looks like he's returning, and I want to know what your thoughts are in terms of how crucial he is to that lineup, especially for the Nationals' postseason aspirations. And let's face it, they haven't gone deep recently in the playoffs.
That's the truth, unfortunately. I think this year will be different. I mean, time will tell, but it's huge. Of course, they've been able to win games without him. Don't get me wrong, but they want him back. I actually was talking to one of our beat reporters a few days ago about the same thing about the Nationals. They were averaging 5.5 runs per game with him there, now just 4 without him. I mean, he was batting .326 before the injury. You want that back in the lineup. So it'll be huge. I mean, I know he wants to do it for Jason Worth and the team itself. So I think having him back will be amazing for the NLDS. I know you saw, we'll take live hitting tomorrow against pitches. And then, of course, hopefully we'll see him in Philly or maybe against the Pirates before they head into.
And, of course, I mean, it's been a crazy season, Sara. I mean, you got the Cleveland Indians and that streak, right? I mean, you have Alex Gordon making home run history. How fun for you has it been to really cover, of course, the Nationals and the Orioles, but be a part of a season that has just been so historic?
It's been unbelievable. I guess it's easy to say I never thought I would love baseball as much as I do, and I mean that in the best way possible. It exceeded all of my hopes. I mean, it's been such a fun season. Talk about the Orioles' ups and downs, of course, but then you look at the Nationals, and they've been really, really great. It's so fun to cover. Even their clinching was awesome. But talk about the Indians. I don't think people realize how hard it is to do what they did. You know what I mean? So it's just been really a dream to watch the Dodgers play so well and lose so many games, like 11 in a row. So it's been up and down, but such a fun season to cover, and I'm really excited heading to all these still left.
And of course, playoff baseball, there's nothing quite like it. And of course, Sarah, you, it seems, lived in Florida for a long time. So here it goes. I need some advice from you because I just moved to Dallas. It's literally fall today, and it's like 95 degrees. The antiperspirant can only do so much. How did you deal with the Florida heat? Tell me.
Gosh, I'm born and raised there, so it's nothing to me. I'm nervous for the winter, so we could switch for that season, and that'll be fine. I don't want snow. I don't want any ice on the roads. I like the heat, but you know what? You got to embrace it.
Oh, man. Okay, you're in for a rude awakening in the Beltway. I mean, I remember walking to class in like 0 degrees. Like, it was brutal out there in Maryland. But yeah, I'm going to have to change. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe a lot more dry-fit Nike shirts. Who knows?
Absolutely.
Sarah, let's ask about the postseason here and your thoughts, of course. I mean, of course, you're going to be covering the Nationals. The Orioles aren't going to make it. It's tough for me to say. But is this team like a legit contender finally? Like, is there a different feel around the team this year? I mean, years past, they've really had great seasons, but they haven't really cashed in. Is this kind of their year?
You know what? I think it is. And I tell everyone that only because I've never seen such solid starting pitching. You think about Max Scherzer. He now has Steven Strasburg, which they didn't have before. He's been injured the past few postseasons in and out. Gio Gonzalez, Tanner Roark. I mean, you think about those 4 starting pitching, and it's hard to beat. Not to mention the acquired relievers they had. In the end of July, Sean Doolittle has been a lights-out closer for them. So when we actually compared them at MASN to other teams and how they'd look against the Cubs in LA, and you know what? I hate to say it early, but I feel like it could be their year because they're just outstanding. They're young and they're fresh, and I think a lot of the players, you look at Steven Strasburg and Bryce Harper, and they want to do it for Jason Worth because it could be his last year as a National. You never know. So you know what? I'm going to have to say it is. I think they're an awesome, fun, exciting team. I'd be surprised if they didn't go far. No one would.
And it seems as though you really grew up with sports, Sarah, kind of looking at your bio and your experience. And I want to ask you, when did your career aspirations really kind of take shape, as a fellow broadcaster?
You're getting deep. So played college soccer my first 2 years. I wanted to intern, but as you know, I'm sure you've heard playing a Division I sport, it's really, really hard.
Sure.
So I kind of weighed my options and decided after 2 years I was going to hang up the cleats and start interning. So I knew that I wanted to get into it all along, and I wanted to give back to the world of sports what they've given me. Such amazing memories with friends, and it kind of turned me into the person I am. So I started with the SiriusXM with the soccer channel because soccer was my thing, and from there I knew how much I loved it. Went from radio to TV and picked up gigs from there, and it kind of took off, and I'm really happy.
All right, so give us a Chat Sports exclusive here, Sarah. I want to know, what kind of content can we expect from you going forward with the Nationals and Orioles? Give me something good.
Oh, gosh. Well, that's exciting. I will give you an exclusive. So the Nationals will be traveling with them for the playoffs. And their sideline reporter is Dan Cloco. So you'll see some of him on there. You'll see Mark Zuckerman. He is the writer for MASNsports.com. You'll see us do a lot of interviews with him on the road and hopefully get maybe their play-by-play and color analyst to get on our show and just talk about baseball. So we'll be at the event. So tell everyone to stick to our digital coverage, Facebook Live, Twitter, Instagram, because you guys will see plenty and plenty of coverage, exclusive coverage inside the clubhouse as well during playoffs. So that'll be really fun.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Sara Perlman had a fantastic career so far. It's only going to get better. And by the way, Sarah, what are your thoughts? I mean, I kind of want to challenge you in a game of World Cup. Should we make that happen?
Absolutely.
That would be an absolute beatdown. I would love to see the Vegas line on that one. All right, folks, Sara Perlman of MASN. Check out her content with MASN Nationals and MASN Orioles. Sarah, keep up the great work. Really enjoy it, and all the best to you.
Thank you so much. Same to you. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.